Lopsided relationships collapse. It's inevitable. If you're giving more than you're receiving, that lack of reciprocity does not allow for a structurally secure emotional togetherness. But my issue was imbalanced involvement made me believe that all people who could not reciprocate at the level I desired.
And you got to be on your mission. Your mission got to be first, and your purpose got to be first. You know what I'm saying? And you can't put anything in front of your mission and your purpose and your dreams. And you can't, you know, what you don't want to do is put yourself in a position where you're tiptoeing and crawling behind a woman.
Do me a favor. Learn how to love yourself so much. Your confidence bothers an ugly soul.
You to put on your beauty routine. You get on your lipstick, 27 chemicals minimum. Foundation, 15. Deodorant, you gotta wear deodorant, 16 chemicals. Blush, 22. Toner, 22. Hairspray, 21. Eyeliner, 18. Perfume, 50.
The test of a good relationship is, are you like this or like this?
All right, guys. Lululemon. The tights at Lululemon and the sports bras and a number of other manufacturers contain significant levels of BPA and PFAs, perfluoroalkylated substances, that can be absorbed.
You're loving them the way that you want to be loved. You give and forgive, consider, you accommodate, and that's all well and fine, but I'd like to see you demanding it in return for yourself. And I don't mean demanding it.
Think twice before scanning QR codes in public. Get a load of this. My buddy Jet Ski Brian, he decided to...
Wait, Jet Ski Brian?
No, well, yeah, let's go back to that. My friend,
What?
he owns all the jet skis in New York Harbor around the Statue of Liberty. He's a
New rule. If I start hanging out with somebody or I get in somebody's car and their phone's not charged, I'm going to remember it. If there's no gas in their car, I'm going to remember it. 3 strikes, you're out. Next time I see this fucker, they better have a full tank of gas and a full fucking phone battery. People who have no phone battery and no fucking gas in their cars give me anxiety. I don't like it. It's too unorganized.
Today, we are announcing 3 new policing technologies in New York City. The K5 autonomous security robot, the Spot Digidog robot, and the Star Chase GPS attachment system.
When I do videos saying to men, avoid men who take drugs, avoid men who are disloyal, nobody comments on it. But if I say avoid having a girlfriend who takes drugs, avoid having a girlfriend who's disloyal, people call me a misogynist. It's not about gender. I'm just trying to teach people to stay away from low quality.
Here's a dance that you will notice manipulators do. They do the bully victim dance. And here's how it works. They bully you, they disrespect you, they shame you. And when you finally get sick of it and you actually stand up for yourself and you push back and say, don't.
What happens to when the woman tell you, I don't need a man, Steve? Okay, if you don't, how that's working? How that's working? Who don't need no man? I'm independent. I can do for myself. Yeah, but why do you want to? Yeah, okay, you can drop a transmission. You can say...
I was eating in a restaurant of my own, and I heard a guy and a girl, and they were on a date. They were talking for an hour, and everything they spoke about as they got to know each other was the absolute achievements of other people. Well, I like this band. Oh, I like that band too. Or have you ever been here? Like everything they talked about, nothing was I've done this or I want to do.
A lot of men end up needing the same woman that they damaged, straight up. And then got the nerve to be like, she changed. She ain't the same no more. Bruh, she didn't change. You changed her. You changed her. It's like putting a sledgehammer to your phone.
Almost all the meaning that you will need to get you through the hard times of your life is going to be a consequence of adopting responsibility, not of rights and impulsive action, impulsive freedom. That isn't where you're going to find the meaning that keeps you sustained through the storms of life. That's going to be...
If you go to McDonald's, anywhere in the world, you will find French fries, or chips as you call them, and you will find that they're always made from the same potato, the russet Burbank potato. This is a potato from America that's unusually long.
Fuck around and get a spanker in me, bitch. Look, I'm not playing with you.
There's a lot of people who settle for sexy. They settle for hot.
Okay,
they settle for the wrong person. Like, you can get hot and nice. They're out there.
Yeah.
But don't get hot and mean. Hot means not fun. Then you get Amber Heard. Okay, University of South Australia researchers are calling for exercise to be a mainstay approach for managing depression, as a new study shows that physical activity is 1.5 times more effective than counseling or the leading medication.
I hope the moment arrives for you that when you are in the middle of pain and agony and emotional despair and feeling distraught and hopeless, and you reach out for something strong.
Watch people. Because you can fake for a long time, but one day you're going to show yourself to be a phony. That's for true. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what these, a lot of people are doing these days.
Man goes to woman to offer his strength, not to get his strength. Make sense? In my worldview, and listen, it's old school, I guess, although it's served humanity for a very long time. Man, design, the meat suit design, is to...
Hey, common sense nutrition advice. Stop eating low quality processed foods. In other words, stop eating shit. Because when you stop eating shit, you stop craving shit. And when you stop craving shit, you stop feeling like shit. And when you stop feeling like shit, you stop looking like shit.
The fact of the matter is, most people are full of shit. Despite what you want to believe, most people would sell you out to protect themselves without thinking twice about it. Wouldn't even bat an eye. Most people don't have any strong values or any beliefs. They stand for nothing except for their own personal convenience.
Focus on the negatives in another person. What kind of energy do you think you're taking on? What kind of a vibration do you think you're in? It might be a wise idea to focus on the good aspects of even the worst situation.
Damn, man. Jerry, man. Fuck, man. I just can't make.
It's the Lady Guru Show, episode 66. The Gurus welcome in special guest host Jen Felby. Are some women uncertain talking about the future with their husbands or boyfriends because it might be taken?
Oh, what happened to the caddy? Scrap.
Have you ever had that experience when you've maybe read something or been watching a TV program or listening to someone talking to you, your kids for example, and then yet have literally no idea of what you've just read or what? It can make you feel like you're going insane, because that is the intent, to make you feel that you are the crazy one. You can be pretty sure that you are in an argument with a narcissist when they do one or many of these things. You find yourself having the same circling conversations that
Daddy, you spanked Mama.
You're darn tootin' I did.
That means you love her.
That's what I've been trying to tell her.
In Zen Buddhism, there's a concept called Satori. It's a Japanese term that describes a profound and sudden realization about the nature of existence.
Satori is characterized by a sense of profound peace and freedom from the illusion.
I actually just got back from a 6-country tour in Europe. I don't ever eat bread. I was able to eat French baguettes, and I had zero problem with digestion because there's no seed oils and there's no folic acid, right? And then, you walk by a bakery.
If you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. God has shown you some amazing stuff in your life that you thought was brilliant. Then you took it to your friends and your family, and you shared it with them, and they...
You know how eating in front of someone who's hungry and has no money is mad rude? Well, it can be a similar perception of being confident around someone who's pretending to know what they're doing, being genuinely happy around someone who loves negativity, splurging around someone who's cheap, growing around someone who's complacent, being generous.
I've never seen anybody dedicate themselves to something completely and fail. I've never seen somebody eat right, go to the gym every day, train really hard, and not be in good shape. The universe is extremely giving. If you actually try, and you actually want it, and you're actually not...
No society wants you to become wise. It is against the investment of all societies. If people are wise, they cannot be exploited. If they are intelligent, they cannot be subjugated. They cannot.
A fit body cannot be bought. It has to be earned. No matter how much money you've got, you can't go onto eBay, you can't go onto the internet and buy a healthy body. You have to earn it. You have to.
You become a very dangerous person when you are someone nobody can control. Become financially independent. Master emotional detachment. Become comfortable with being alone, because those are the three things that people and society will use to try and control you.
People who don't follow through on the things that they say they're going to do don't value their word. And people who don't value their word don't value themselves. So if you want to build self-esteem, don't read a fucking book. Just start doing the things that you'll say you'll.
People leave traces of who they are. You're just not picking up the signs. Nobody ever does anything once. If somebody has done a bad deed, or you see them mistreating somebody else, and then they'll come back and say, oh.
Seneca says, we treat the body rigorously so that it will not be disobedient to the mind.
Ooh.
I like that.
That's good. That's good.
When I crank the knob to cold in the shower, or I push myself when I'm running, or lifting weights, or swimming, or whatever.
Yo, I'm gonna keep this a little shady because I'm a little embarrassed about this. I ain't proud of this, but I got a little sugar cookie addiction over the holiday season. That's right, it threw me for a spin. I felt like I was gonna have to go to rehab and stuff. I didn't even want to eat normal food.
Strategy? Mm-hmm. And I'll cover what it was actually like in the room during the Bin Laden raid, the Iran sanctions, the Gaza ceasefire, you name it.
You know, when Oprah announced that she had a disabled child and it turned out she was really talking about it.
Truth is that social media companies are unregulated monoliths. They pose danger to individuals. They allow posts that bring harm. And that's the bottom line. That this
posts are free speech is bad, and that's the bottom line. Social media allow posts.
When I was doing it, I was working at a factory, and I was working with these like tough factory dudes, and I brought to work 7 sausages with me.
The more awakened a woman is, the more she will trigger you. Listen, if a woman doesn't trigger you and only makes you feel comfortable, then it means she's afraid of losing you. An awakened woman.
A narcissist never mourns the end of a relationship or a marriage, because the moment they can't control you anymore, then they start resenting it. Everything is now your fault because you got smart.
I'm very high functioning. I've been smoking weed since I was 14. Of course, like, there's no way that my brain's damaged. Like, I'm a pro. I've been smoking so much weed since when I was 14. You know, like around the time that your brain forms, around the time that your cells establish themselves in your brain. That's how long I've been smoking weed for. So I'm a pro at this for sure. I can definitely be high functioning. Of course I can be high functioning because I've been smoking weed since I've been 14 years old. Oxymorons.